Hello Taurus, thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the supportive oracle card, for the main tarot cards I'm using the Thelema Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Are we good? Yes, we are good. Okay, now let's get these out here. Ace of Wands. And it feels like that's what you're working towards. Is that right? Or is this some... Ace of Wands with the moon at the right next to it. Alright, let's see where this is going. I don't know where this is going, Taurus. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure. It could be good. I'm just... Alright, let's see how things are going. I'm getting the moon with the Ace of Wands, though. It feels really strong for the whole situation. Because what I'm getting is things, it seems like they're going in a good direction. It seems like they're starting to go in a good direction, but maybe it's more of a false start. Start. Wow. I'm just going to create my own little lisp. Is it something new? Something new for you. Something new for you. You got the Death card on your side. Something new coming in. The energy does not feel easy. It feels rough. It feels like it's not moving easily. But you have a lot of positive cards on your side. Alright. Something new coming in for you. The environment. The Three of the Three of Cups. Three of Pentacles is actually down here in a minute. But the Three of Cups... Good social connections, good social times, harvest, fertility. The situation you're seeing and you're coming into, the new situation for you, looks good. A lot of good social connections, happy times. Everything seems like it's on the up and up. There's a lot of possibilities. Like, I feel like what you're seeing is like a transition moment. When I see harvest with fertility, it's almost like one crop has been reaped and sown, and now the next one is getting ready. Like now the fields are being tended so that the next crop can flourish. Like I want to say hay does that. Don't quote me on that. I'm not the farmer type really person. But I want to say like hay will come to fruition, and then you cut it and bale it up or whatever. And then it grows again, and then there's another harvest. Because I feel like it's kind of like that. Like one harvest came to fruition that's been cut. Now we're waiting for the next one, and we're starting for the next one. Like, I'm getting all these weird ticks. There's a lot of weird interference with this reading, I'm noticing. Interesting. Because I feel like you're coming into a situation that's already in process, and you're just kind of adding into it. You see? Did you hear that? There's another... I'm just like, I'm going to have to put that phone upside in a minute. In the environment, there's a lot of work. You're coming into an environment that has a lot of work. There's a lot of work ethic, a lot of things going forward. You're not afraid of work. It's not a problem. But I'm getting these are processes already in motion. Currents of speed already in motion. So it's like for you to understand what's actually already happening and be able to catch into the current that already exists, I feel like that might be a bit much because it doesn't feel like it's just something you can just pick up and just go. It feels like there's a little bit of like a learning curve to be experienced there because I'm getting the situation is already in full force. It's already like a lot of people seem to know what they're doing. They're already in current flow. And when you come in, you got the strength with the study. I'm getting there's a learning curve. You're having a hard time getting into it. You want to be up to speed with everybody else. You see how well this situation moves forward and you're trying to get right in. You're trying to get up to speed as quickly as you can. But I feel like there's a learning curve. There's going to be a learning curve. And I'm feeling they're just saying, especially if it's a physical job or whatever you're doing, just be careful to be safe. Like, don't put yourself at a detriment. Don't do anything that might, like, be careful. If you can physically hurt yourself, please be careful. Because I'm getting like you need to be physically careful. I'm getting like safety equipment. Make sure you use safety equipment. Do safety procedures. please be safe first, because you might end up with a problem that you have for the rest of your life because you moved forward too quickly. Like, you don't want to end up like, you don't want to end up like with a problem or like something you have to deal with for the rest of your life because you didn't use safety equipment or you didn't do safety procedures. You know, it's better to, you know, take it slow and do it right and be safe than try to keep up or try to get up to everybody else's speed when you're just not ready. There's a learning curve. Don't skip safety procedures or safety equipment. Because somebody, I'm feeling somebody is like toying or dancing with that idea, like, oh, you know, that never happens, you know, it's just nice to have these, but I don't think I'm going to have a problem. I feel that energy coming through. Just be careful. Use safety equipment. I'm just feeling it. Use it. Do the safety procedures. Environment is going, the environment is itself, but these people, they've done this for a long while is what I'm getting. And you're not going to just jump right in, which I feel like Taurus usually understands that. But I feel like you very much like how the well-oiled machine works. You feel really confident with that. You really like it. You want to be a part of that. You want to be a strong piece of that. So you want to try to get up to speed as fast as possible. So you're trying to push yourself, which is just be safe. That's all I'm saying. I understand that. It makes sense. Just be safe. That's all I'm saying. Now the top card here is the High Priestess. This is on your side. Usually a very good card. And it's not a bad card. Don't get me wrong. But this is somebody who balances the good with the bad. I'm just worried, and I'm feeling it again. I feel somebody. The good is I want to get up to speed. And if I can just get up to speed, I can take these negative chances to get... No, I don't like how this feels. And the High Priestess is not usually somebody who looks at things like this. I don't feel good about how this energy's coming in. So I'm just like, is this... No. It's almost like you're feeling like taking the shortcut this one time, just like... It'll be okay because you'll be able to help everybody else. It'll be better for everybody else. I feel like... Just be careful. The High Priestess is saying you might be out of focus. They're just saying make sure you focus yourself. Look at the truth here. Like, look at the negative as in like what type of repercussions you really could suffer by shortcutting. Think about it. That's what she's saying. The negatives, you're not seeing them in their true focus. Focus on how negative that really could be. And realize the positive is only applicable if it actually works out. Like, realize, like, I feel like she's pushing through and she's just like, make sure you're in focus with how negative that negative could really be. And I'm getting like, she's saying your strength is being dependable. Your strength is knowing what you're doing and being dependable for doing the right thing and getting it done well. She's saying hold to that line. Let your negative be that you have a learning curve. Let your negative be that it's taking you a while to get up to speed with everybody else. When you're up there with everybody else, it'll be fine. You'll have your moment. It's just not your time to be that shining star. This is not your time to be that shining star right now. That's what I'm getting. So, like, she's saying, just take the negative as it's going to take you a while to catch up to everybody else. Don't let that negative be taking unnecessary chances and possibly paying for it quite dearly. That's why she's here. That's what she's like, make sure you have that negative in focus. This doesn't have to be a bad situation. Just take a moment to breathe and think, how negative would the negative be if it really happened? Because it seems like there's a good chance you might end up hitting a negative moment. Just be careful. Now, she's saying there's not a chance you're going to hit a negative moment. You will. But it's better that you're a little slow in catching up because you're learning the situation rather than having some other negative consequence. Slow is the easier way to deal with it. One way or another, you're going to have a negative consequence. She's like, there's no way around it. She's like, no, you're going to have a negative moment. But if it's you slow, getting up to speed, being dependable, that over time creates value. If you have a different one, like something goes wrong and you get physically hurt or something like that, that might be like a strike against you in the long run. So like, instead of going for the strike against you in the long run, do the other one where it's just like you're slow for now, but it's acceptable, you're just uncomfortable. Are we good? I think I beat it to death. She's like, no, you're going to have a moment. So just choose which one choose which one you prefer. You don't want the strike that's going to stay there for the rest of your life or however long you're here. Go the way the slow motion because you're dependable. When you know what you're doing, you're very dependable. People can trust you because they know you won't take shortcuts that could hurt somebody. Be careful. Just be careful. Are we good? All right, I'm going to step off from that. What I'm seeing here come forward, the majority of you, I do feel, are going to put that in focus. Like, I feel like a lot of you will have that moment where you're tempted. You're tempted to take a shortcut. But I'm getting the majority of you will put that in focus, and you'll be like, wait a minute, that's not me. This isn't a good idea. Let me just get myself together. I want to be up to speed with everybody else. I want to push myself, but I'm afraid this is going to be more of a train wreck. This isn't my natural current. This isn't how I naturally go. I need to slow it down. I know people might be upset with me because I'm not as fast as everybody else, but I will be in time. And I need to slow it down, and I need to know what I'm doing. I feel like the majority of you, I feel like you will respect your own feelings. You respect your loyalty to yourself. Like, this isn't my way. This is too fast. I want to be up there with everybody else. I want to be that piece of that team, and I will be at one point. But for now, I got to pull it back. I feel like the majority of you are going to go that way. And the reason I'm saying that is because, and I see where this is going. Okay, this makes more sense. This does end well. I do like this. You got the Lover's card with the confidence. You have confidence in doing things the right way, your way, absorbing it. When you absorb something, you know it. When you know it, then that's that. And you build on your foundations. Like, you have the ground level, you have that set, secure, it can hold a lot of weight. You build the next level up. You're very secure and delicate with that, and you're making sure it's very sturdy. You're really delicate with the details to make sure that the load you're going to build on top of it can easily be supported. And this is your way. That's what I'm getting. And you have confidence behind how you build things. Because when you know something, you know something. Which I think you know what I mean by that. So I'm getting, for the majority, especially if you slow down, you're building that solid foundation. The Lovers with the confidence, you're extremely happy and satisfied because you know what you've accomplished so far is stable, and you can build on that. You're going to keep improving, but the way you built your foundation is paramount. The environment is understanding in the sense of, like, they realize, the Hierophant is saying, understanding this is how the process needs to go. It's kind of like the High Priestess way, except this is somebody who's accepting. You know what I mean? Things have to be built in a stable manner. Things have to go a certain way for it to work out successfully in the long run. The environment, I feel like, would like things to go faster, would like things just to click right into place and start off at a run. But I'm getting the way this environment is viewing you, they see your value, they see how you build over time, they see how dependable you are, and they're realizing this is the best way. The Hierophant, to me, coming in this situation on the environment is like they're addressing and realizing, you know what, this is for the best. This is going to be more lucrative over time. This is good. This is how this should happen. So I'm saying that, and I'm seeing what's happening between you and the other side. I'm seeing you're doing good, you have confidence. I'm seeing the other side, the environment you're dealing with is accepting and realizes this is how it has to be. But I'm getting between the two of you, the situation itself did not turn out that well. You got the Ten of Swords with the safe travel. I'm getting whatever situation you're a part of, like, for example, if the first harvest was a complete success, this harvest you're a part of, it tanked. It just did not work out. It's not destroying the situation as a whole, but it did not work out the way as expected. The Ten of Swords is telling me it was a fail. It just literally, like, it's a failed crop. That's how I feel about it. Like, it's a fail. But I'm getting the safe travel is like moving on from this situation. It's not holding anything back. And it's not going against you, if that makes sense. The situation is not going against you. Even though it's a failed crop, it's not your fault. You did the best you can. You did things the right way, is what I'm getting. Safe travel is telling me moving on from the situation. It's not holding you back. It's not holding the situation back as a whole, but it's definitely a failed moment. It's a failed moment in the sense of, like, the crop failed, if that makes sense. Like, the situation itself failed. But the safe travel is like moving on from it. It's not damaging anything going forward. It's just this time around it just didn't work out. And the environment is accepting that. Like, you know, it didn't work out. Everybody's not up to speed. It's not anybody's fault. You're dependable. They're seeing the value in you. Down the road, they're seeing, like, not only can they depend on you do what you need to do, but to do it the right way. Like, I'm getting confidence is being built in you, and they're very, excited about where this is going down the line. The fact that this failed, I don't feel like they're devastated. They're kind of like, well, we knew that might happen. And it's not anything being held against you. It's just kind of like, well, hey, it happened, and this is why it happened, but that's not your fault. You did things the way you were supposed to. You're dependable. And they're seeing value. It's like they're looking at you as value in the long run. They're like, we're investing in this person. This will work out. This is okay. This is good. Does that make sense? I feel like it does. Like, the situation fails, but you're not held back by it. And the environment is like, you know what? You can't expect a baby to learn and then 2 weeks later you can't expect a baby to learn to walk and then 2 weeks later win a marathon. That's just completely irrational. And they're saying that's kind of what it is. Like, you're new to the situation. You can't expect, like, a marathon runner. That's just not right. That's not fair. And they're realizing that. So nothing's being held against you. I feel like that's the big thing. Nothing's being held against you. Are we good? I think we got there. Sorry it took so long. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.